Peria Chronicles, where do I even begin with this one? We've been anticipating this MMO for so long, I don't even fully recall when it was first announced. November 2012, I think? Man, it's been almost 7 years. Can you believe it? 7 whole years of waiting for Nexon to announce some form of release. Year after year, we had delay after delay that the entire Peria Chronicles community expected we'd just never get it. But Nexon proved us wrong by finally providing detailed trailers in 2018 and then a final trailer and beta announcement this year. For those of you that have been living under a rock for the last 7 years, then Peria Chronicles is an upcoming 3D anime MMORPG with beautiful cel-shaded graphics. It is said to be the spiritual successor to the still running Mabinogi MMO by Nexon. It's also quite possibly the most anticipated anime MMO outside of Phantasy Star Online 2's North American release in spring next year. The game supposedly has a very strong emphasis on player-created content, with the game world itself being largely populated by individual player creations. You can make maps for other players to explore, you can create towns filled with NPCs, stores, and merchants. You can create quests that take you out into the aforementioned areas, generate dungeons, even script your own NPCs. You have complete control over terraforming the entire world. Mountains, waterfalls, grass, monsters, tunnels, buildings. The complexity of the tools at your disposal allow for almost endless creation. It was also revealed that, like its predecessor Mabinogi, Peria Chronicles takes a lot of inspiration from the social aspects of the MMO. The amount of freedom to alter the game and mold your own little part of it into something truly original is said to be unrivaled. It's insane, actually insane. There's footage of the character creation online right now from people that got into the recent beta test, and I'd rather not use their content here without permission. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, just go directly on YouTube and type in Peria Chronicles character creation. But suffice it to say, man, I thought Kurtzspell had good character customization for an anime MMO. Well, I mean, it turns out Kurtzspell ended up not really being an anime MMO, but that's another topic for another video. Let me rephrase, I guess. I thought Kurtzspell had fantastic character customization for an online anime game, but Peria Chronicles ended up ultimately blowing it out of the water. More hairstyle choices for multiple parts of your hair, significantly improved facial customization with the sliders you'd find in a game like Ion or Blade and Soul, a full body editor allowing you the freedom to edit your body to your pleasing, thick and voluptuous, or even lolly-esque. If you're a fan of The Sims 4, then you'll know exactly how amazing this feature is. You have the ability to customize how you run. You're given 8 different styles, ranging from things like an elegant lady, a gruff masculine guy, a girly, and well, you get it. This is disregarding the sheer amount of outfits you get in-game. So, suffice it to say that the character customization is probably unparalleled in an anime MMO outside of, once again, Phantasy Star Online 2, but I believe that from what I've seen thus far, there is more customization in Peria Chronicles. I mean, define weird. Originally, the game utilized a very different card system that had some people confused, myself included, but that's because we weren't really shown much in the way of actual footage. In their latest trailers, the combat is noticeably different, with decks currently acting like skills and therefore skills having cooldowns. This made combat, I guess, much more traditional. It's still a little confusing at first glance, but I've seen enough gameplay to be able to safely say that the combat is mostly as follows. There are monsters called Kirana in-game. Kirana are monsters that you obtain via drop. You kill an enemy and they drop a Kirana card. Once you have the card, you grind the materials necessary to craft a contract with the Kirana, and then you can summon it in battle. Kirana act as like an ability, a unique ability specific to that Kirana, so in that way they act more or less like a skill, a more traditional skill. They have cooldowns before you can summon them again, and then have varied effects like buffs, damaging skills, transformations, and the like. Therefore, in the grand scheme of things, the combat system is pretty much like every other MMO out there. You use skills, the skills have cooldowns, rinse and repeat. The difference in Peria Chronicles, though, is the fact that instead of learning them by leveling up, you learn them through an RNG drop from a monster, meaning that you could be grinding it for minutes, or hours, or days. This combat system works for me because originally the game seemed to have an alluring focus on Kirana and how they correlated with your abilities. Now, they act as them instead. I prefer traditional since I know how that works. That's a good question. Peria Chronicles, it's a beautiful looking game, absolutely stunning. I'm excited for a lot of games next year, but Peria Chronicles, if they target a 2020 release, will definitely be at the top of my list. The ability to play with my wife and build up a settlement, script NPCs to say and do what I want, and give out quests to friends to complete, all the while participating in other players' custom content? Hell yes, so much yes. My main concern though is that there won't be enough actual canon content from the developers themselves, making it seem kinda hollow. Relying too much on the community to provide content to your players is a bad idea, and I don't see it ending well, but hey, at the same time, I don't know how much content they have planned for the game. I'm glad they made changes to the combat to make it more traditional, because I'm a fan of traditional tab target and traditional action combat. Taking it beyond that is just too confusing for me, but then I'm in my late 20s, so I'm old. It's much more difficult for me at this age to acclimate to new things. So yeah, I'm excited. I think with a little more progress, some optimization, and maybe some more betas with a certain devilishly charming MMO tuber to give feedback, wink wink, nudge nudge, we could honestly have something to look forward to. Until I see more and get to get my hands on it, I'll just have to sit here and remain cautious, but optimistic that it could turn out well. What do you guys think though? Are you excited for Peria Chronicles, or is there a different anime MMO that interests you? Anyway guys, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.